Episode 15. According to my notes, only 4 more crystals in this Chapter 7, and then all 4 crystals that I missed in Chapter 8. I believe I should be missing numbers 3, 4, 5, and 10. My notes for that are the locations Underhang, Cube, after the pipe, and during the climb. Only wrote down some brief ideas of where exactly they are, simply because there's no other way to describe where they are in the level without getting too verbose for my pen and paper. That underhang that I noted down, I'm wondering what exactly that underhang was. I think if I reach that point, I'll be able to tell. It's gotta get far enough for recognition to kick in. See, the grappling hook is one thing, having in this level. But more interestingly, having the pickaxes, which were taken from you in the normal playthrough. All of these surfaces were tantalizingly climbable, on purpose of course, to make you realize how dependent you are on the pickaxes in some degree. The grappling hook is going to be more useful to us, but having the pickaxes as well is interesting. Now, is this where the underhang was? I believe the crystal was after this tree somewhere. After this entire set of trees. This might have been the second crystal. The second crystal that I was missing. No, I remember now. It was somewhere down here. The noise that I had heard. Somewhere around there. The noise that was annoying me to no end was somewhere down here. Never would have thought to come here in my original playthrough, even though at this point in Chapter 7 I should have already had a lot of knowledge about the game and everywhere that you can go with all of your abilities. It's just the geometry in this entire stage is so oppressive. It's easy to get lost in with how nondescript it is, on top of being hard to platform around. second note for the other crystal I was missing. Another one that I probably didn't notice was actually 2 crystals being in close proximity whenever I heard them. I thought it was only 1 crystal. The one that we hear now is the one that I spent quite a while looking for around this area. So somewhere around this cube, which I guess would have been a pedestal for the religious symbol that we see a little bit later on, in any case. So around up here? Yes, and what she would have done was go up here, I think? Or not? It was somewhere in an annoying nook. Never would have found on my own. There. From that high point near the cube, you'd be able to climb around. With the grappling hook, I think we can just reach this. This is what's annoying about it. Even if you were to directly look up from here and look into this alcove, like I was just doing, you wouldn't see the crystal. You'd only be able to find it based on proximity to the noise and really climbing into every nook and cranny that you can see. Pretty annoying, I think, but I won't complain too much. That's just what games with collectibles are like sometimes. For a lot of people, that's probably where the fun comes, finding them in these annoying locations. Speaking of, the other one that I was trying to search for up here, but didn't quite reach, was just a little bit further out of reach from what I was previously exploring. You could make your way up here with, I guess, 2 boosts and then a tic-tac, but I didn't quite do that last time. Last one I'm missing, according to my notes, would be during the climb, the final climb. So we'll just make our way up there. Oh no. Okay, made it. Damn. I wonder. Could you make it up there without doing all this platforming just from here? Maybe, if you were better than I am. Not that that's a huge time save or anything. I don't know if you'd even go into this area during a speed run without the grappling hook. Oh, how'd I miss that? Didn't quite click the trigger. Perhaps this entire stage is a kind of representation of the purgatory of trying to find enlightenment or trying to find meaning where there is none. That's what these people came down here searching for, I guess. What the android was searching for. Something more to life or whatever. Four of the words I used were learning to live a carefree life or something. Still don't have better words than that to describe exactly what I'm trying to... exactly what I'm feeling from this game's theming. Of course, these videos are something I do to try to practice putting my thoughts into words, so... hopefully by the end of this crystal collection I'll have have some better phrasing for exactly what I'm thinking this game is all about. Making sense of the senseless, like parkour. I think this stage, not just by accident but by design, has a lot of that meaningless architecture and meaningless geometry, the kind of thing that feels oppressive to a player. Part of that larger theme. Maddeningly trying to navigate your way through life, or through the world. Trying to find a destination without ever really knowing what that destination is. A long journey with no destination. I'm surprised how much I remember of climbing up this architecture, although it wasn't that long ago in real time. Feels like a while ago after going back to the other levels, collecting crystals. Actually, I guess I remember the least about Chapter 1. That was probably pretty apparent when I was collecting crystals there. There it is. The Eye of Providence. Or perhaps the Eye of Ra. Where were we going? Is this even the critical path anymore? Maybe not. It seems like critical path material up till here. Then we went this way. Funnily enough, the icon, your HUD, once you have the grappling, the kind of diamond with a circle in it, centered in the middle of the triangle that you always have in the HUD, kind of ends up looking like, you know, Illuminati. Probably not intentional, obviously. It's just fun. The Eye of Providence. Yeah, the crystal I missed really was pretty much at the end of this level. Oh, that's not climbable. Alright, I guess technically we went up this way. More geometry here. Up this way? Alright, towards the bird. When in doubt. Where's the bird? Right, this way. The store page on Steam for this game describes the bird as a glitch in the Android's navigation or camera system or something. So of course it may not just be an actual bird that we're following, just something that shows up in our own mind. Horrible. Old friend. Don't stand a chance, huh? What do you think about this? I leave you speechless. Bet you didn't have a grappling hook when you were doing your climb. Oops. Let's hope that guy didn't see that. Your acceleration with the grappling hook has a lot to do with how far your grapple point is from your current position. So even if your angle is directly up in front of you, You won't get much grapple from something like this. You'll get a lot more grapple from a distant grapple, for whatever reason. Which is largely why getting close to a wall makes it difficult to get the maximum grapple. Makes it hard to get the right angle. You end up having to hold back a little bit, like this. To see more of the wall. And the crystal I missed, I think, is right up there. Yes, directly above. Probably could make it with the grapple, but I want to view the angle that we should have approached it from. Here. So last time I made it... Oh, damn. Last time I made it to this pipe and continued up towards the bird, but if I was going for the crystal, I should have continued on this pipe and made my way down slowly. Of course, we don't have to. Before I continue to the simulation, though, since we're so close to the end, I didn't really get much of a good look at that final area. I looked around a little bit, but I kind of went directly into the next chapter right after that. Truly a cakewalk. Is this grappling hook something that exists in the actual reality? We only ever got it inside our own minds. If that was our own mind, I think part of it was. Then we started talking to Lorn, I guess, the real Lorn. I'm assuming, could be wrong again. Maybe that's Lorn. Or maybe that thing over there, not the guy. The thing there is Lorn. Didn't really look around this area too much. What exactly this all is. Just appears to be some light in an apparatus, I don't know, drawing power from it. What I didn't check last time, up here, because that bird flew up towards the eye. If maybe the closest you can get. I was just interested. Yeah, there's nothing over here to see. I was wondering if you could maybe follow the bird, but it just kind of hangs out right there, doesn't it? Right in front of the eye. Oops. Well then. Guess that's the final destination, or even there were two. We knew that already, but the stopping point for the bird was the point of interest to me. As for meaning from whatever this is, there might not be any. Maybe that's the point. They're all flashing by really quickly. It might just be horrific imagery. And that's it. The mural depicted this area, I believe, as the center of a circle which was a hole in the great structure, or the machine or whatever, which was apparently sealed up by the eye, if I remember that correctly. I couldn't find any more information about the lore, no theories posted online. I have no theories of my own other than the bits and pieces that I'm getting vibes from. I think this is the thing that lured us here, probably. That or the eye. The eye might just be a part of the machine itself. Which is to say, I thought this might be an exit to the megastructure, a fissure. But after we activate the machine here and touch that thing, we see that the eye opens up. So I don't think that's actually light coming in from the outside, but rather just a part of this whole megastructure, and something that activates whenever this thing is doing whatever it does to people, to us. As for whatever that is, I don't think it's a literal eye. I don't think it looks down on us. In the same way that the door had this kind of white arch in the beginning of the game that opened up and luring in the android. I think it's just a part of the general structure itself. It looks like an eye when it opens up, and a lot of the religious symbology that we see around this stage and earlier on kind of looks like that. But I think that's just happenstance or coincidence. I don't think it actually looks down on people. The murals that we saw in the Ancient Cistern also depicted an eye, but I think the main idea is that it's some important part of the structure related to this. The thing that people see whenever they get close to this, which is why it shows up so often in insane scrawlings. When we get inside this thing, we talk to someone who says they're the reason that we get lured in. We don't really know what that is, but I guess it's part of the structure. Maybe. Well, that's who I think Lorn is for now. I've been wrong for several episodes thinking Lorn is this character, so I could be wrong saying that Lorn is the person inside this thing. But if this game is called Lorn's Lore, then I think Lorn is either the person being lured or the person doing the luring. And if that person on the inside of our head says they're the one luring us, I think it's this thing here. The beating heart of the megastructure itself, if that is what this is. Can't really tell, but it's part of the foundation, and it looks important. Anyway, I should get those last few crystals. Now this one will be easy. Huh. That's funny. You get these abilities not too long from... Oh. You get those abilities not too far from here, but I guess for compliance that they give it to you at the literal start of every level. Somehow I missed this cannibal. Even the air is hostile. It can corrupt from the inside. Nothing will survive. And there's the crystal that I was agonizing over the sound. I consider the full suite of abilities being what we have now in addition to the low gravity. You don't get the full suite, quote unquote, in some levels even with the New Game Plus pick-upable. because you don't get the low gravity. Again, not sure if that's intentional or not. Now that I know that these clumps are scannable, I guess I'll go for them. Why does the structure allow so much suffering? Why are we so cruel to one another? I guess that's another theme that we pick up in throughout the levels. People fighting each other for survival. Mainly the Undercity and whoever else was fighting. Actually, this seems to be consistent theming. This beautiful landscape in the inside of our mind, polluted by these wanton thoughts. Intrusive. Who built this place? What have they hidden in the depths? If I were to put it into words, I guess this is a representation of maybe a peaceful state of mind being interrupted by ennui, or the feeling of being forlorn. That's what these bits of trash are in your own mind, I guess. Would have scanned these the first time if I realized they were that. Next crystal's over there. Damn. No, that was lethal. Gotta check my notes where the last two are. They're all in this area, thankfully, not in that scary hellscape in the later part of the level. Do the tower ring and the arch right after. Already got this one, but let's look at it again. What exists outside the structure? Is there even an outside? Why can't we know? Perhaps this area in our simulation is something similar to where the android came from, the place we didn't see at the beginning of the game. The place they were trying to leave when they began their journey. But they were plagued by these thoughts that we're reading right now. And ended up descending into the madness below. I say this because the area that leads us into the final hellscape run is a big clump of trash or whatever. Similar to the trash that we scan throughout here, that hints towards the android's feelings of the structure. And the difficult feelings they had living in it. There's the crystal I was missing. Anything further up here? Guess not. Just death water. Oops. No. How could this have happened? Not sure where you're supposed to go to survive that drop. Maybe if you had more stamina. Oh dear. Any more scannables that I might have missed the first time? I think it might have only been those few. This one here, that one there. But there are... It's actually hard to see the HUD with this lighting. And because I made it so small. Does that say 8 scannables up there? Wonder what else I might have missed. Ah, there's the last one. It's such a small level. Could that have been something over there? Guess I'll restart and check. If I get this crystal. I don't think that's scannable itself, just leads you into the next level. Before we go ahead and restart. Oops. I can't believe this. This is the difficulty I have, aiming down after aiming up to go up with the boost. Guess I do want to see if this is scannable in some way. Maybe if we... Oh. Just don't quite... Ah, I can't latch onto that. Alright, standing on this we can't scan it. And can't scan it when standing on it itself. But we can scan... Oh right, we did scan this before. Let's get another look at this guy. Presumably... This is presumably Lorn itself. And that's the part that's curious. What is that purpose? I was wondering if I could get close enough to scan this one, but... Lorn themselves cannot be scanned, and probably nothing is scannable. Anyway. As fun as that last section is, I won't subject myself to another run through it. Did miss this scannable, I think. It all looks stable, but it's not. It can fall apart at any moment. It can start with the mistakes of just a few people, even my own. So counting that, there was one there and one there. Bigger one over there, that's 4. And maybe a 5th and a 6th, still 2 scannables unaccounted for, if I'm counting right. These are the kind of scannables that I consider some of the more important ones, even if they are kind of internal monologue type things. There is beauty in what great civilizations can achieve. Notably, the trash gets bigger and bigger the further in you get, perhaps representing thoughts becoming more and more unbearable or intrusive. Shallow water. I think I did scan this one though. I won't go all the way back for the other scannables, but I think that makes 7 scanned. If I have 5 now, that's 6 over there, and that one over there, the big one at the very end, is 7. Don't know where the 8th one could be, unless I missed it again. I won't worry about it too much though. And we unlock the crystal run, even though we haven't done any of the simulations themselves. This mode allows you to play all crystal levels continuously. If you quit, you'll have to start the run from the beginning. Guess we'll just collect them from the main menu, rather than the crystal run. I am planning to go to all the simulation levels, but if I happen to quit out for any reason, and I think I'll want to, have a checkpoint or something, though it might not be necessary, considering how small these levels look. Can I change the hood size? Not that I can tell. Kind of hard to see in this lighting. I don't think there are any scannables, except what's that saying, but only 2 crystals to be found. And this will be with only climbing. Actually, are we even allowed to mantle? These challenge levels could just be a pain in the ass. But I'm doing them. We can stand on this here. Oh dear. Well, there's no New Game Plus pick-upable item for these, so this might be interesting to watch a speedrun of, if anyone does it. It's this kind of, platforming with only limited abilities, That's kind of, I think, part of the appeal of the game. And if that gets shafted during a speed run, then I think we're kind of missing out on something. Yes, it's looking like hardcore civilization now. What are these? Flower pot jumps? Oh, it's slippery. And there are no checkpoints either. What a pain in the ass. We're not even tic-tacking, we're just jumping off of the inclines. Unfortunately, there is a minor amount of slipping in this game. Momentum that carries over. So a jump like this, you don't stop even if your finger's off the control stick, I don't think. Have to be careful. Alright, this one's gonna be a pain. You would just go without stopping. Jump, jump. 2 jumps. Alright. I guess it wouldn't be too bad to do a simulation run to collect all of those. But I'll just continue doing it this way. Actually, I do know there's an achievement, trophy, whatever, for going through the speedrun mode, the full run mode rather, and another achievement for going through the crystal run. The way that we're doing it now is actually probably inefficient if I was going for that Steam achievement. It'd probably be better to just collect the crystals in that mode. At the same time completing the levels. But I'm not really going for all achievements or anything like that. Mainly just these collectibles. Interestingly, we didn't have mantling in that last level. I thought that was like a basic ability. What is this? I'm not sure what you want from me. Maybe something like this? Okay. Where is that next crystal? Where on earth is it? How could I be missing it in such a puny level? I heard it. Well, to save ourselves the trouble of going through this again, in order to get the clear, technically, we can just do that. And go back into the simulation and quit out once we get the crystal without climbing the whole thing again. But where was it? Behind the corner again? Okay. Well, should be easy to reach. Now, which corner was it around? Around here? Around here? There it was. Guess we're going down. No pickaxes again. This entire stage might be no pickaxes. Or rather, this entire set of stages might be no pickaxes. Looks like we're tic-tacking down. Oops. I practiced this, but it's still pretty hard. Couldn't quite get the backwards momentum. I don't hear a crystal, so I guess we're just good to jump down. Could you just land onto that? Jumping straight from the top, I wonder. Might not be a problem if you die. Probably shouldn't have come down this way. This was a mistake. Maybe I can head up this way. It's slow, but I'm making it. Gotta do short hops. Sideways. Maybe? Or we should be good. No, it's still separate. I was a fool. Well, where does dying put us? Back here? Whatever. It's still easier to go down this. I guess there won't be any checkpoints in these stages either. Probably, I was going to say 2 crystals in every stage. It seems like there's 3 here. Is this the first one? Closest possible ledge I think is here, maybe? Could just be in the center. Oh dear. That's gonna be a difficult jump for me. Surprised I killed. Maybe what we actually want is to... Oh dear. Jump on top of the tree from here. Ooh, this is annoying. Obviously not what you're supposed to do, but you can save yourself. I'm going to try. annoying. I guess what we're doing is tic-tacking off of it. That's a pretty annoying jump to make. And they want you to make more of it. If you can tic-tac off this, like I think you can. Shit. Crap. Oh, this one might be annoying. Again, surprised that one killed. When you have two brackets and you do a tic-tac, it sends you downwards. But it does reduce your momentum a little bit, and I always think it's enough to survive, but evidently not. So I guess you want to do a one bracket tic-tac and just make it here. But I think what you want to do here is land onto the tree from above there. Still think it's possible to make it though. And it's hard to see the brackets in this lighting. Okay. Can we make this jump? Maybe. We'll try at least. Well, at least it's easier than jumping from the base of the tree. I could just go straight for the crystal, but I don't want to have to make these jumps again. There should be a way to get it without killing yourself, obviously. So I'll try to jump into it and curve around into the platform. Here we go. Alright, that worked, barely. Alright, jump over there. Slide off to the right. Almost missed you. No wait, I did miss you. I don't think I can reach you. Well, I guess I'll ignore it for now. Come back in a different run. I think it's more important to try to survive and go for another crystal. Hopefully this works. That's what I was afraid of. One bracket, one bracket, one bracket. Just enough to survive. Slide down this edge, onto here, and line ourselves up, land there. Well, at least it's consistent. No, don't fall. I don't want to have to tic-tac up this again. No. Aw. There's that slipping I was mentioning. Oh, why'd I slip? Oh, this is evil. This tree is evil. This geometry was not meant to be climbed on. Alright, this shouldn't be death, I don't think. Good. We can just go straight for the crystal. Don't think we can jump directly there, but we can tic-tac. Carefully jump, All we have left to do is complete the level itself. Easier said than done. I think we're tic-tacking around the corner. As inadvisable as that sounds. Oh boy, this last jump is really evil, huh? Obviously not making it with a normal jump, so... I guess what they want is a tic-tac off this wall somehow all the way over there with just enough height to get enough lateral distance, but not enough height to give you fall damage. We'll just try immediately tic-tacking after we hit the wall and see where that lands us. Use that information for the next run. Oh, barely. Okay, we don't have to try again. And what is this? A Neo tic-tac? We go around the side and hit the wall and tic-tac off it. It's not particularly hard because we have enough air control to do it, but still annoying. Neo tic-tac my ass. Alright, 3 more crystals there, and then 2 in the remaining ones except the last one. No titles for these simulations, but I guess there's a theme to each of them. I think we have air boosting. We do not. This is Ancient Cistern, so we have low gravity and high speed. For some reason I don't have the slow movement button either. Well, I guess I don't need it. In any case, I think now would be a good time to take a break. Before we get totally enraged at how hard these levels will get.